we're live. We're going to do the same thing we talked about before. Pull up his YouTube video where he talked about the ransom burn YouTube. And then we'll quickly record our video talking about Black Panther bus.
Here's the shot.
Okay. Boom, boom, boom. So at this point, you've probably seen this amazing Black Panther bust. So I bought the set to build it, and we're so far doing so well. And so far, we're doing pretty and we're making some pretty good progress. If you're seeing this short, we're live right now. Come join the stream. Alrighty. Let's see. How you doing, Legion? I just watched the CMF video. Yeah, it's a good CMF. Yeah, I think the CMF is a September 1st drop. Building the oh, it's so hard. Okay, save without watermark. Okay, then once we're good, I only have. Should I watch Black Panther? Is it good? You've never watched the original Black Panther? The original Black Panther is a pretty good set, or a pretty good movie. I'll give you that. I think both Black Panthers are pretty good, all things considered. Wow, the way that the light is shining off of that black piece. Yeah, I decided I'm giving up on the on trying to make the live stream on the computer, but let's do it. Post it. I think I'm gonna copy the exact same thing I did on last short. Literally, copy, up, boom, boom, boom. Grab a YouTube short sound that's good for my channel. But yeah, the first Black Panther is pretty good. The issue with it is the fact that his character, since the actor passed away, you don't get a proper conclusion to everything that we've gotten. So if you like it and you're just like, oh, I want more, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but not really going to get a whole lot more because that's just the life it is. But yeah, the CMF video is doing pretty well. I'm happy that our regular YouTube video is having a solid. I'll start like that. Turn off my TV because there's nothing going on. I've been having a long time on the going. I made my mind up. I'm getting this set, and I'm gonna get the Dark Falcon. Solid choice. Solid choice. Yeah, it's not bad, and especially if you are willing to try to do some of the alt builds and stuff. There are some crazy alt builds for that Dark Falcon, like the Mantis, the Fondor. Like you could easily just build something else with the amazing pieces and get some great figures out of it. And then, Hoarder, how you doing? Nice to see you again. But all right, now that the short is up, let's try to figure out what step I was on. Because I have only about an hour and a half tonight. Oh, wait, yep. I only have about an hour and a half tonight, and then once my mom gets home, we're gonna watch some Andor because we haven't watched Andor season 2 yet. We finished our rewatch of season 1, and it's now just a matter of, okay, let's watch season 2. If I get birthday money, I'll get the Kenobi transport scythe to do the alt build. Yeah, that's a good choice. I like the figures in that scythe. The scythe itself, I think I'm going to rebuild soon because I'll tilt the camera up a little bit so you can see it in the background. But right there is the 4 transport ships: Bad Batch shuttle, Palpatine's transport, Imperial shuttle, Krennic shuttle, and I love those style builds. And I've just yet to. I kind of think, based on how that display is, I should honestly get the get the next one in the route. Hold on, because they would all fit in like a nice line on size wise, so I should build that set. Okay, I'm not that far down yet. Not there yet. I'm there. 384. One by 6. 2 by 6. 2 by 8. And the little. Yeah. Trying to think. Takes about 3 hours or less to do. Sure. What's up, Judah? What's the question? Connector piece. I think I should honestly tilt it a little bit more like that. Yeah, I think that's better. You can see my place. And then big flat square there. 2 by 8. How you doing, Frozen Flame Bricks? How's everybody doing today? We're making progress. It's maybe not the best place for me to start off, because this is like I'm just rebuilding the same thing I did yesterday. My mom says that if I speak to middle school graduation, I have to write a speech. Middle school graduation. Wow. Yeah, no, for $1,000 set. That's a set I'm not even getting, because even though I would be able to like get it, there's just no place for me to put $1,000 Death Star. You know what I mean? Like, if you can have a place to put it, place to build it, and all it takes is a little bit of bravery to go up and do some speeches. Like, I remember still like looking back during that time when I was graduating high school. I could have gotten some bonus points by doing the what's the word? There was like a class poem, or like a poem or whatever, and the girl who did it sucked. She had a really bad poem. And that was during the time where like me and my friends were freestyling, and I'm like, dude, the pop I would have gotten if I like just spit some bars at the high school graduation poem would have been legendary. But yeah, getting the UCS Death Star. So I don't have the UCS Death Star, but one of my friends, he got it, and he was like, because he's the one homie who like I grew up with, and still to this day we still talk about Star Wars. He was like, dude, I'm not gonna build this without you. So for over the course of like a couple weeks, I went over to his house for a couple hours every night, and we built that thing. And yeah, it's a fun build. But if I'm gonna recommend anybody any $500 set, I would say Rivendell. Rivendell, Lord of the Rings. If you like Lord of the Rings even a little bit, it's genuinely the most fun I've had building a set in my life. Because with most Star Wars sets, that you build, it's the same thing back and forth. You're making a left side and you're making a right side on most ships. So it gets monotonous, especially if it's really big, like the Star Destroyer, which it didn't get monotonous for us because we built it over the course of multiple days. So we wouldn't get to the point where we're building the same thing again till like a week later. But for the what's that we were talking about? The Rivendell. The entire thing is unique. There's very little things that you're building new or different. So it's like you're just building the same, like an interesting build throughout all 6,000 pieces. So, and plus it's like my favorite set on the display. Can I see how it looks? Okay, let me flip the camera up. I'll turn off the light for a little bit of, but just the way that it is. It's huge, first of all. You have to have the shelf space. I have it, like, the slightest, like, it fits, barely. But, like, it's huge. It fills up. And see, there's my Dark Falcon. But, like, it's huge. It's gigantic. And, like, it's so nice. It's so nice. And it's like on a little bit of a curve, but the way I displayed it, it kind of, like, stretches around. Well, I got the camera up. So this is my desktop space. This is where I normally do some stuff. There's some chaos of figures. Do y'all like my figure display above my my desk? Tell me if you spot any go-to figures. And then the Jedi and Sith and the superheroes are up here. So that's how many stormtroopers do I have? I'd say with the clones and stuff, it's well over 100. Like, easily, I think I have 100 plus. A little bit more angle downward. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's, but that's also the thing. It's like, people are like, wow, you have 100 stormtroopers? Well, dude, I've been collecting since I was 5 years old, and Clone Wars came out when I was 8, and, I'm 24. So, a 20-year-old Lego collection does that to somebody. How many figs do I have overall? Genuinely no idea. Because looking right in front of me, like on my displays, there's like 300, but I have like 4 bins of just figures. So it's a lot. I'm gonna... Like, no, like, genuinely, these bins that I'm using for the pieces, I have, like, 4 or so bins filled with figures that I'm not putting on display. Some of them duplicates, but, like, I probably have 100 plus battle droids. And no, I don't have a brick set because I realized way too late what brick set was. And I was like, yeah, I'm not going to be able to properly jot down all the sets I have, but there is one other way to kind of show you guys how much sets I have, because underneath my bed over here is where I keep my instruction manuals. And mind you, I threw out a lot of my instruction manuals, but I have 2 bins filled like this of instruction manuals, and these are only the sets that I even went like, maybe I'll rebuild them, maybe I won't. So that's a perspective. I did like a whole binging of throwing out a bunch of the instruction manuals a little while back. So, but yeah, it took you hours. I can only imagine. It's like one of those things where it's like, oh, it would be very nice to have a brick set, and like some of my friends do. But then it's also like, with a lot of my figures and stuff, it's like I bought so many figures on the secondary market that it's like you might think like, oh, I have like the Padme Amidala. That does not mean that I have that Naboo ship. And no, UCS TIE Interceptor, I don't. So I don't have any UCS sets that's a ship other than the Django Slave 1. The only... I do have the Cantina. I had the 2008 Death Star. I got that when it came out as a kid. And then the... What was the other one? I have the Cantina. I think that's it. I think I have 4. So, very much a bit, but not a whole lot. Now, yes, right on the top. 1x3. Maybe it'd be better if I pulled it over here so you guys can see specifically. Remember me from yesterday? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. It's nice to see some returning folks. And it's good to know that the short still works as getting people to come check the place out. But yeah, no, I'm really in the grind right now because, like, dude, I had that Millennium Falcon short that's like sitting now at like close to 250,000 views, and I'm just like, dude, like, I need to do some live streams, get some watch hours, post some videos, because before I know it, I'll get monetized. Hopefully Lan will recognize me. I can get YouTube to pay me. And hey, if there's a chance, based on my content and stuff, Lego might like my channel, and then boom, all of a sudden I'm getting free Lego from YouTube. I have friends who are in LAN, and that's a very nice thing. Little curve. It's getting so much easier to find pieces now that we're so far into it. Is it this side? Yes, it is that side. 1x3. One of those slopes. Connector piece, purple. And then one of the curvy pieces. I think this might be my last piece of this exact part in this set, because I remember I had struggle finding the last one in the last stream. Okay. Oh, thank you. Can I see it from the bottom? Yeah, no, I should have expected I wouldn't have been able to see the piece from the bottom if it came down to it. Nope. Dang it, I thought I saw it. There it is. There it is. Big bin on the floor. But, flip it up. Nope, it's not upside down. Yeah, today's my day off. Got nothing to do. Gotta... Just gonna go ahead, build some Lego, have a good time. Nope, like this. There we go. 3 of the tiny little slugs on top of the brick. I don't even know what piece that was. So now here's a question for the chat. Does anybody here go to the gym? I gotta go sub. Catch you later. Nice to meet you, Pros and Playing Bricks, and I hope to see you around. Have a good one, man. But, yeah, does anybody here go to the gym? Because I go to the... It's very funny. You can kind of tell by some of my videos and my shorts if you watch it. I record a bunch of my green screen videos, or some of them, in the car at the gym. And I'll record them at the gym. I am going to the gym. Ha! That's funny. That's good timing. But, yeah, no, I record some of my videos before I go into the gym. And then between work sets while I'm, like, taking a breather, that's when I'll record, or I'll edit them. So... it's a good time to get some content out. And I think a lot of people aren't thinking that way. Boom. Boom. Boom, right? Is the brick supposed to be floating out? I really hope so, because if not, I'd have to adjust this entire part of the build. Let me scroll. Boom, 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 boom. Yes, it is supposed to float out. Okay. I am doing it right. Yep. Oh yeah, no, I should have remembered, because we take a black plate like this and we place it right on the top and it lines up that, and then a blue slope down like that, and we place that right up on the other side. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Nice and even and sleek on this side now. Maybe I'll tilt it a little bit upward. Yeah, that's better. You can see that. Alright. Now we continue over here by grabbing 3 of these pieces. 1. Gotta disconnect real quick. I should actually have the stream open on my phone. But yeah, the WWE Monday Night Raw at 8 p.m. tonight. Not gonna miss that. And then, of course, I'm going to SummerSlam in August. Already got my tickets in my hotel. Which might be one of the last big W moments for the WWE, because so far it seems like with them cutting out Carlito and R-Truth, seems like we're going to be taking some L's, or at least wrestling fans aren't going to be having that great of a show anymore. So take advantage of it while I can, have a good time before it really goes down the drain. Okay. Oh, yep, I forgot. So that's why things looked a little funky. Let me just lift that right off. Did a whoopsie. Because So then this piece, let me make sure. Yep, one brick up. That, and then this should sit more fluently and flush along the bottom. Yep, yep. And then I'm looking at the wrong part. This step. In the back, 3 pieces. So, is anybody in the chat? How you doing? What y'all up to? Other than watching me? Because oh. Yeah, I love the content, brother. Appreciate it, young Kramer. Is that like the reference to like John Kramer, the jigsaw killer? Spelled the same way, or is that just your last name and it's a name? But yeah, I appreciate the love and support. Everything's going well, dude. I've had, I'm just saying it now, like, dude, I've had so many channels in the past. It's like my first channel got like 70 subscribers. Then I transitioned to doing other content. That next channel did well, but it only got like 6,000 subscribers before YouTube deleted it because I was making meme compilations when I was like 15. And then they started hating violence all of a sudden after promoting it because of PewDiePie and the adpocalypse. And then my other channel that I'm still posting on, that channel, it's not like, it's doing alright, but it's not doing great. No, the guitar creator fan. That's funny. Okay. Yeah, that's just the difference between my knowledge of things. I put that on right on the other side. Yep. And then a 2x4 black brick. But yeah, and that channel's at like 7,000 subscribers, but that took me since like 2020 to build up. Now this channel's at like 2,000 subscribers in the course of like 2 months. Took me like well over like a year on the other channel to hit that many subscribers. So I love it because it's like, what would I want to talk about more than Lego? Like nothing, you know what I mean? Like this is my calling. This is what I've been wishing to talk about from the start. I just never had to earn her. Even with all the connections, dude. Like, is this true alt build? That really doesn't look like it. Yes, it's a true alt build using the pieces from the Black Panther set. Not a single extra piece is used, which is the reason I bought it. Yesterday I was talking to the guy who made it in the stream. It's, you know, that dude's a talent beyond comprehension, man. It's insane. But it's like, I don't know if you can't see it right now, but behind me, I love the helmet sets. They're all right here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to push them. Oh. TV's here. Door is there. Infinity Gauntlet can go somewhere else. Helmets can go over right up in the middle. The big bust. Have it right here in the middle of all my display. I think that might be the best option for me because that'll be so fun. That'll be so cool. But yeah, like genuinely, like I don't really buy like huge sets all the time, but this is one of those ones where I'm like I adored the helmet. But yeah, young Kramer, it's good to hear that you're happy and you're doing something you love. It really is. It's just because it's also the fact where it's like life. I'm lucky that like my family super great, super supportive, and like, but the world not so much. You know what I mean? Like I'm a college graduate who can't find a job in his major. So like, you know what? I can send so many applications out everywhere. But you know what I'd love to do the most? Talk about YouTube and talk about Legos on YouTube. So I'm gonna try to make this a thing, because I've proved with the other YouTube channel that I can make like $100 a month talking about anime and stuff, but I'm getting not nearly as much views on that channel as I am on this. So it's like, if I'm making $100 on that off those, dude, I'd be making some pretty pennies once everything is set and rolling. But at the end of the day, you need watch time, you need stuff, and I thought this is a great way. Yeah, the Lego Star Wars review. Just found out you do organize Lego. If so, how do you do it? So I organize my Lego. I'll pull a picture up on my phone. I organize my Lego by color and by parts. So I have it would be bricks, flats, which would be plates and flat pieces, and then some slopes, and then underneath that would be any specialty pieces. It should be my favorites. So in the other room, that is how my Lego is organized. If you can kind of see. I hate that it's like focusing out. But you can see the yellow, the orange, the blue, the purple, and then there's the big white section on the top, and then underneath that is the this is really outdated. I'm just realizing that this picture is super outdated because I have the Avengers Tower and the X Mansion right here. And so this is at least a year old. Love the Lego Star Wars reviews. Appreciate it, man. I need to do more reviews and stuff. I have like the U-Wing sitting over there, and I've been tempted to do a video about the U-Wing, because I have the old U-Wing up on my shelf, and I want to talk about the differences between them. But that'd be a whole separate. I'm not sure what I'd do about that video, but I also have like 2 other videos planned out and like written, because I want to rank all Andor and Rogue One sets in one video, and then I want to rank every Fortnite minifigure we've gotten so far. And then I know it's a bit harder based on the fact that there's not really a good source to find it, even like the Fortnite wiki, but I want to rank every Star Wars Fortnite like variation of the figures that we've gotten, because I think that'd be a fun one. So I have content on the brain. Oh, that's all the pieces I needed for that step. But also, like, what's your rarest Lego Star Wars minifigure? Star Wars is different than regular, because Star Wars would actually be, where is it? Shadow Earth Trooper. That is likely it. I don't think any other figure since then has gained more price than the Shadow Earth Trooper, but this is my rarest figure in general. The Deadpool Duck Comic Con. But yeah, I can't really think. What else would be really rare? I know people. I know this figure is like a couple $100, right? The white Boba. Got the previous. I have a classic Django, but he's really damaged, so he ain't really worth anything. But he is very rare, no matter how you look at it. And then, of course, my favorite Lego figure of all time, Queen Amidala. So, yeah. And then, of course, like, is he like $300 now? Darth Revan, I think. Yeah. No, I have some very rare minifigures, very expensive minifigures, and what it ended up being, let me get a little dark, but during 2020, there was that time, you know, where that thing happened that nobody can talk about on YouTube without being deleted. I still had to work. My job was technically a, like, necessity or whatever they called it. So I had to go to work when everyone was able to sit home and get paid for nothing. So I completely, it's not one of those things where it's like I gave up on life, but like life got really trashy during that area. So I said, you know what? You know what gives me some hope? Buying Lego and collecting Lego. And I literally, no exaggeration, I told myself every paycheck, half of it was going to Lego. So over the course of that 1 year when that stuff was going on, I spent like 10 grand on Lego. And I bought many, many, many figures. But some stuff like the Darth Revan I got as a kid in the May the 4th promotion. But I end up getting so many different like exclusive and crazy figures during that era that it was just like, yeah. No, I don't hate what I did at all. I'm happy that I did it because now I look back and I'm just like, yep, I got some crazy figures before a lot of them went super insane. I think the most expensive figure I ever bought. Looks like nothing changed. So it does look like nothing's changed because now it's just the same thing on the other side. So I'm doing one side instead of the other. Now I'm finally going to start connecting some things on the front because this piece goes and connects like this. Nope, that is not where it connects. It connects to the purple pieces underneath it. Ooh. Yeah, and then that little curve right there. That looks nice. We should see if you can turn it into a falcon. Don't you dare! Don't. You could make a crazy falcon with these 3,000 black pieces. But it ain't for me. I am thinking of doing another video of turning a set into a falcon. Like myself, because I did that one where I turned like a walker into it. But it's more of a fact of me picking which set I'd turn into a falcon. And I don't want to pick like an old one to take apart. But I got some that are like bagged up that I'm like, I could maybe turn that into a falcon if I wanted to. So. But my whole thing right now is like, if I'm gonna make something like that, it's got to be like under 300 pieces. If I'm trying, I cannot be able to make a falcon out of something that's like 500 pieces and make it look good. I'm not that good at Lego yet. Keyword yet. I hope I am one day. Like, I think that the thing I'm building, or I built and I'm bringing to Brick World Chicago this year is like the best Lego thing I've ever built. So I'm proud of myself for that. But, oh wait, did I do that wrong? Nope, that is the wrong piece. It's not one with the little brick on the top, it's just a regular 2x2 plate. There we go. Now, what was the last thing I needed? 1x3. And then the 2 specialty. But yeah, what are your, like, just for the chat to air it out? I want to see what is like the most expensive figure you got in your collection, and then like also, is it your favorite? Because for me, like, one of my most expensive figures is one of my favorites, but it's also the case where it's like my most expensive, that Deadpool duck, it's not my favorite figure I own. You know what I mean? It's a great, like, talking point to be like, hey, it's a $1,000 figure, but it's not my favorite. So, want to hear from you guys with that. And also, like, what's your favorite, like, super cheap figure? Because like, some of those, like, OG troopers, like, just a regular plain phase 1, I love those guys, and they're just so goated, and I have like so many of them, and they're like $10 a piece, which isn't a whole lot, but it is way more than, it's a lot for me considering I used to buy those figures in a battle pack for $10, $12. I should have bought more of them, honestly. It's true. And now we're going on to the back, the other side, placing that down like that. Make sure they're clicked on right. Beautiful. Now 2 big plates up in the front. I'm so excited to see this done, man. I'm also curious how many pieces I'm going to be able to add to my collection. because I know all builds always have a little bit of leftover. So I also do need to do a big sort and organize, but I want to do that after I get back from Chicago, because I'll likely buy a bunch of new sets and stuff while I'm in Chicago. My goal this year, I'm going with a little bit of money to Chicago this year. I am praying I can find an ATOT and dropship, because that's the goal right now. That's a grail set, and if it's come down to the wire and it's there and it's for not like $1,000, I think it's coming home with me. Yeah. Whew. These, you never know up these pieces. Funny because this whole one right now is just slope on slope on slope. Dang it. It's a 2x3 slope, but not the type I'm looking for. There we are. My friends tried to convince me to go to a movie tonight, and I'm like, dude, 7 p.m. on a Monday for a movie I'm not even really into seeing? I'll pass. Like, I'm sitting in a Discord call right now, and they could easily join me, but we will see. Now I need one more piece that's the other side of the angle for that. Now that we're stopping the skeleton and we're finally getting in the body. That's the wrong side. Dang it. You. Right side. Let's go. Okay. So this goes all the way to the ground. Let's start with the middle. Maybe it's easier. You go up a little bit. God, I suck. 3 pieces up, but it sits on a weird angle. Okay, there. And then you go down, right? One down. Yeah, this does go all the way to the bottom. Alright. Makes sense. So what I did right there, I just put some extra pieces on the front. It's really starting to fill out. One of each. 3. 4. And 2. You should collab with TOT Star Wars. TOT. What's that stand for? I don't know I don't recognize the name, though. But I'd be interested to see what collabs with other LEGO YouTubers are like. If I was gonna do a collab with anybody, the easiest for me would just be to call my friend and be like, hey, just too good, you want to join me for a video? I think that's my most likely option for a collab if you were to get one, but I'm not saying that that's going to happen, because it'd be more of a case of like, what would me and Sarah want to talk about if we did have a video together? But TOT Star Wars, I'll have to Google that after stream, see what they're up about, see what their shtick is and their thing. I'm sitting there like, what did this piece come from? That's Darth Vader's chin. Ah! That's funny. He fell. I must have hit him. After this step, I'm going to take a minute and go to the bathroom. There we go. Strikes back again. There we go. Her tan connector piece. Yes?
Do you want leftover beef stew or hot dogs?
I'll do hot dogs.
Okay.
Appreciate it. Sounds good. Piece there. Oh, yeah, I meant to look at that screen. First time catching the screen. What's up? How you doing, Corbin? I think I recognize your name from comment sections. It's very, very nice to finally start recognizing some people from around. There's this one guy who he hasn't typed in a while, so I'm kind of missing him. But he had like the little YouTube. If you're the top commenter on a page, it'll give you a big purple heart that is only visible for the person who is running the channel, and he got the purple heart for me because he commented like second place has like 14 comments across the channel. He has like 37. And yeah, yours I recognize a little bit. You might be up in like the weekly highlights and stuff. So I can actually check that real quick. Do you pop up in my highlights? Because there's a big community tab on your thing. Corvid. Not popping up immediately. But yeah, that one guy's got like... It's highlighting a lot of people who's done like multiple comments, and I'm like, that's kind of almost rare for me. Like, it's so nice to see that multiple people are coming back and watching multiple things. It's crazy. So wait, hold on. Does it connect up like that? Is that how it connects? That is like very slightly connected. But it does look good. And it does look like it's hitting right. Now I have to just do the same thing on the other side. But I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick. Be fast. Bathroom's right next to my room. I try to comment once per video. You guys are like you, so maybe I'll take that number one sooner or later. You'll have some competition, because one of my friends IRL, when he found out about it, he started commenting all the time, because he's like, I want the purple heart. If anyone deserves the purple heart, it's the person who's known you for 10 years. And I'm like, you know what? Valid take. Valid take. So you'll have some competition. Sigma. Come on, dog. We don't do that kind of lingo around here. Bob. 2 and 3. Oh, that came quick. 1/2. I need to know, though, please, for what purpose? Someone tried to hit me with one of those things last stream, where it's like if I said something a little like the wrong way, it would have sounded like I said something bad. And I'm just like, I didn't even give it the second thought a day. I'm like, you are not going to hit me with the cancel. I've done this YouTube thing long enough to know the tactics. Yeah, you don't need to know. That's exactly why I need to know. Piece of purple, and another 2 1x2 flag. How many steps is in this model? Oh, so I did skip 150 or so steps at the beginning because it's all the helmet and it's all tiny pieces, and I realized I don't want to be dealing with that when there's so many big pieces on the top. I'm gonna clear it out by starting with the body. I started on step 200. I'm on step 425, and there's still an instruction manual number 3 for the arms, so I'm assuming it's like 600, 700. Yeah, it's like 550, 600 is probably a good estimate. Yeah, it's just disgustingly big. Okay, well, that was the wrong piece. That's the right piece, and I dropped it. Right piece. Yeah, it's just an insane model. So, oh, yep, that's the right. Nope, right way, wrong way, right way. And then this connects right like that, just for the other side. Wow. Headsman Hotel is a pretty good show. I have not watched it. It does look a little odd, to say the least. I've heard a coworker try to be like, you should check it out. And I'm just like, should I though? I know the fan base is a little crazy. Dang. How many 3x3 pieces does this thing have? Nope. Well, there's one of the pieces I needed, not the one I was looking for in particular, though. No. I'm gonna start putting this to the side if I see them, so they stop distracting me. You don't mind? Yeah, that. It was you, wasn't it? That's the exact question someone asked me last night. Come on. he did his research for things that you can message to cancel a stream or. Just had to try. And there's me sitting here. I've played these games before. Do they go here? No, they're one back down. And a big. Oh. I'm honestly happy anytime I see that I have to dig into this bin, because the only way this bin will get better is if I have to use the pieces. Every other step. Getting better. So it's 4 of them down. There we go. And that will go. Boom. Bottom. Bottom. Big 1x8 brick right up in the middle that goes all the way down. All the way down. Yep. That's it. Fills up this gap right up in the front. Big plates coming in. 1. And they got actual minifig stands in use in this build. 1, 2. A long 1x8 and a 2x8. 2x8. Just right on top. Gotta do a time check. 6:27. We're doing well. We're doing well. Love to see it. These flats very floaty, but I get it. No real purpose in having them. And that right up in the front. Wow. Now we're getting to the point where the whole thing is about to be smoothed out. But this is the front, this is the back. It's looking good. Bunch of flat pieces. Big curved. Small curved. Might have to. It's so much easier to do these when people want to join my call, but tonight is not the night. Where the homies are MIA. Unless my for anybody who's still here, I appreciate y'all. Because even if, like, for me, it just helps if you guys are just in the stream. Even if you, like, muted it and put it on the side, that helps me more than you can imagine. Because, like, YouTube only cares about the watch time. And I'm really hoping that this stream doesn't hurt the performance of that Spider-Verse video that I'm doing, but I doubt it. I doubt it. I think that video will do well on its own right. And these go up top. Okay, okay. Made me add a little bit of detailing with these little corners. A little bit of U shapes right here, if you can really see them. Very nice. And then it just literally says, push that bad boy to the side. On to another step with big pieces. With a 2x8, a 4x8. Big gray piece, light gray piece. And then a tan. That one. Boom. Time to do a quick status. Okay, Black Panther shorts doing well. The CMF videos at 70 views. That is a great start. A great start for that video. Love to see it. Back to the build though. You could honestly look at statistics on YouTube for hours and hours and it never gets old. It's kind of insane how addicting it is to look at your numbers. Also to the YouTubers who are like, I never would read comments. How? How do you not read comments? YouTube comments are so fun. This isn't adding up. Oh no, it is adding up. Whoops, I'm just stupid. Okay. Yep. All those pieces fit fine on the bottom. And then two more curved pieces like that. See them right out the jump. Love to see them off the jump. They go up. They go down. And two more big gray flat pieces. Connect with two big black bricks. How big are black bricks? 2x8s. 2x10, 2x8. Huh. So wait, does it connect up? One brick path. I think that's how they connect. Let's see. We'll see. 'Cause I guess that's how they connect. And they float around the back a little bit. They go in one brick. A big red brick. The only red brick like it goes across the top. So everything's looking right. Oh. I guess we have another big red brick. Goes on that side. It has two little plates on the bottom. Craziness, craziness. Blue brick. Down on the back. Connectors. Finally using some of these connectors. Is it the gray or light gray? Light gray. Honestly doubt that matters, to be honest, but I'm going to do what they say to the T. So there's blue on the outside. And then a purple 1x6. Blue. Pink. I'm just colorblind. I'm stupid. I don't even know what we're working with, I'm gonna be honest. Like, part of the body is this. Yo, what's up, new subscriber? Nice to meet you, Calman. We are on step 443 of this thing. That's what we're up to. That's how we're doing. It's supposed to be a black piece. No, it's a gray piece. Gray long flat piece that looks like that. and 2 connectors that are dark gray. It is a chaotic build because of how many pieces who came from the short. There's not many people in the stream right now, but it seemed like a couple people did come from the short. But the short method for live streams seems to be the way to go. Because I know I think it's a thing where if people actually decide to click the short, YouTube will push the short even more. Because it's pushing them to a different form on the stream. Kinda mad, kinda crazy how that works, but I'll take it. Yeah. No, it's crazy. Now, 1 2x6 bricks, 1 gray one up in the front, purple ones in the back a little bit, 2, 3, and then the heck? Oh, those. Just look weird by the image. Should be easy to find because there's only 2 purple pieces like it. Blue, pink 1x6. Where you at? There we are. And a gray 2x6. Oh, their brother is playing COD right now. You have strong chin aura. Do I? You can't really see the chin on the stream right now, but it used to be much stronger when I was skinnier. And then I went to the gym and I bulked up so heavy. But I've been losing a little bit of weight. I went down, but yeah, it's kind of crazy when I'm like, I'm 240 pounds. People are like, are you serious? And it's like, well, it doesn't really look it because I'm 6'3". Like, it it dilutes very hard. But, yeah, I haven't played Call of Duty in a long time. I enjoyed the new one a little bit, but, like, it's shocking. It's like, as a kid, I was attracted much more to the Call of Duty and stuff, and now I'm like, I play Fortnite. That's where I've gone. That's where I've turned. I play Fortnite all the time. This season's been a little bad right now, but it's almost done. And then we're going to get on to a new season in like a week. And I'm excited for that. Where did that bin go? Oh, right here. Yeah? Dinner's done? Okay. Alright, well, it looks like this stream is about to end because dinner is served. Lara bars and granola? I have not had those. Sounds good. I don't know anyone who dislikes granola, to be fair. But yeah. Oh, this is the wrong piece. Oops. Gotta grab different pieces. I honestly might hop back on stream again tonight and do a would be peak. It's also crunchy. Sure. But alrighty. Up to step 449. I can do this last step too. It's very easy. It requires a very long pieces that are easy to find. I thought would be easy to find. There we go. Alright. I might hop back on stream in a little bit. You don't match your shorts energy. It's because shorts are a minute, and this is about an hour and a half. And it's also kind of hurts when there's like no one in chat talking, because I can easily just continue to yap and yap. But yeah, no, it was a fun little stream. But yeah, no, it's, if you watch my like long form video, I can yap for an hour, 10, 15 minutes. But, yep. Have a good one, y'all. Stay safe.